Ryan Seacrest has revealed when he truly finds out the winner of American Idol. The Season 21 finale is happening on Sunday, May 21, where another contestant will be crowned the next American Idol. Ryan appeared on Live with Kelly and Mark on Thursday. He talked about his new Seacrest studio being built in Orlando, as well as a few other projects. But Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos ended their interview by asking him about Idol. Ryan left Live in April to focus completely on the singing competition. The host revealed that his favorite part of the finale is when he is handed the card and gets to see who has won. "When do you know?" Kelly asked. "Honestly, you're talking to us now. When do you find out?" Ryan leaned forward and told the hosts, "I find out in the last commercial break. I get the card because it is a live vote. It's in real time." He continued, "The last commercial break is about 4 minutes long, and within 35 to 45 seconds, the card comes in with a final check, and I do take a glance to make sure I can read it. Pencil it in." Ryan revealed that his eyesight is getting worse, and sometimes he cannot see what the producer wrote on the card. The American Idol host said, "Within 30 to 45 seconds left, the card comes in for a final check. I do take a quick glance to make sure I can read the writing of the producer that wrote it in. Generally, it's in pencil. And I don't know, my eyes are getting worse every year. Megan, if you're watching, could you use some pen?" Kelly asked if that was the producer and Ryan confirmed that it was. Mark suggested writing it in Sharpie. "Can't be tamed." Earlier in the interview, Ryan shocked Kelly and Mark by crawling around like an animal on set. The former host challenged his colleagues to play the truth game, trying to decide which new hobby of Ryan's was true and which was a lie. "Here are your two statements," Mark introduced. "Since I left, I started an animal movement cardio class." Or, "Since I've left, I've been studying dendrology." That's the study of trees, which Mark apparently knew, much to Kelly's shock. The duo had 1 minute to test Ryan and make their decisions. "Can you show me a couple of animal movements?" Mark challenged. Ryan hopped out of his seat, dropped down to all fours, stuck his butt in the air, and slinked around the studio as he seemed to stalk his invisible prey. Kelly joked, "But that's just how he gets out of bed." As the audience roared with laughter, Mark asked for another example. This time, Ryan squatted down, threw his arms behind his back, and leaped like a frog across the stage. Then it was time to ask about his other hobby. "What tree have you been studying?" Mark grilled his friend. "What tree have I not been studying, Mark?" Ryan fired back. Again, Mark asked for some examples, which the still out-of-breath radio host rattled off. "Varieties of olive trees. You know, if you wanted to grow truffles, you need a host tree that has the right roots," Ryan said, struggling to cool down and catch his breath. "You've got to study that. SEASIT. Mark couldn't ignore the elephant in the room and asked if Ryan was awk. "No," Ryan confessed, acknowledging his giveaway. "I think you can tell the truth by my out-of-breathness." Kelly could only joke. "I'm just going to say one thing. If I know Ryan Seacrest, and I think I do, these are both lies." But Mark had seen enough to make his decision. "I've seen animal movements. Not quite the animal movements I've seen at the ones I've done." "You're at the wrong zoo," Ryan interrupted. Mark continued, "So I'm going to say you've been studying trees."